Okay. So if you remember, once I told you when I was in class that if any amendments will come, we'll take it through Zoom. But I never knew that this will happen like normal. But this happened. Okay. So basically, hoping that your preparation is going well, you must have read the subject for one, two times again, right? And we have divided the session in two different parts. Number one is for setting up of business. Number two is for company law. Okay, so today we are going to talk about setting up, and the next session would be about company law. So see, basically, I do get so many messages from your batch and different individual student that, ma'am, is this amended? This is amended? Yes, no, kind of things we do get. But the point is simply, yes, there are so many amendments, but more than amendments, there are more additions. The problem is there are more additions of the topic. So when we were learning, it was almost, you can say, September 2019 is the maximum module. The latest module was September 2019, that time we did, right? And now they came with Fab 2020 module, and along with that, we have one more module that is now again from, you can say, September 2020, just latest last month. So content is bit increased, even somewhat reduced. In company law, yes, so much increased. But in, you can say, setting up, it's not that increased, but rather some of the things are reduced and you don't need to read it. So I repeat, I'm going to tell you what extra things you're going to read and what you're not going to read. So, deductions are so many compared to addition and setting up, right? So that is a good thing. So before we start with anything, I would like to discuss some of the marks content. So you can realize that what chapter should be given the priority. Okay, that is the first task we are going to do, that kaun sa chapter first padhe. So what you can do is you have an index of the book, right, chapters. You can go with that. I'm going to write some chapter marks, which is somewhere you can say analysis of last three attempts that already happened. From there, we have taken one analysis, and some chapters are star chapters, some chapters are average chapters, and some chapters are definitely important. See, while having your batch, we were not having more papers. Two papers were there, and this is third more included. Even fourth is not there. It should have been, but it's not. June got cancelled. So now, so yes, chapter number one that we never took seriously. We never took that chapter very seriously, and I don't think you must have read it for more than one time. So that chapter is basic chapter of introductory matters, right? That about you can say which organization should be taken, right? That was the basic thing about it. So just now in that number one, content is increased. They understood that you're not reading it. So they understood they're not reading it. So now we have one more content, that is, I'll show you the page from your ICSI material also, but just write as a content so you will remember what to read. See, basically, with the current batch, I solved all three papers. With you, I did two paper solution, third you gave, right? But that was not a single question was there that was not there in a Yash's material. Not a single question that you can say, okay, this wasn't there in the Yash's material, but it was in the module. So when we say that module, some content is not required, it's actually not required for exam. Yes, for the knowledge purpose, it's good, but not right now. So if I go with this topic, you can write here three categories. I'm writing December 18, June 19, and December 19. Okay. So what is this? It was asked for 4 marks in December 18. It was asked for 4 marks in June 19 and then 0 marks. So on an average, what is the weighted of the chapter? You can say on an average 3 marks, not more than that. Hardly 3 marks. Chapter number 2, most important. Types of company. That is quite important chapter. You can't just go like, okay, fine, we are reading upper se, not possible. So now, if I go with this chapter, types of company, it is, I'm telling you, star performer chapter. Means highest ask. So you're going to put 1 star to it because this is star performer chapter and it was asked for 14 marks in December 18, 9 marks in June 19 and 9 marks in December 19. On an average 10 to 12 marks you can consider. So star chapter. So before you start with the course, you should be knowing that chapter number 2 is something you'll be giving priority, and compared to all the, I mean, if you compare all 3 attempts, it's on an average 10 to 11 marks. Now chapter number 3. Can I say chapter number 3, we have amendment in that. Chapter number 2 as such nothing, right? A very basic amendment that we have done. So what is the amendment for chapter number 2? Wherever in your book, you won't change anything. All you'll change is wherever in your book it was written spice, you'll just make it spice plus. I repeat, if it is written like SPICE, that is simplified pro forma for incorporation of company, we learned electronically, or you're going to, and you're not like going to like PLUS. No, it's just like this. See, SPICE plus. You have to put a sign of plus. So what is the exact difference, ma'am? It's not a difference. It's just a kind of web integrated system. Earlier we had a PDF form. Now we don't have PDF form. We all have just, you can say, integrated system like Run. We have to create a login and incorporate the company. So as such, it's a practical difference that, came in the way of professionals. But for students, yes, this is the amendment you should be taking care of. Then, can I say in third chapter, we had 2 parts. Part number 1, which was talking about simple chartered documents. And part number 2 was alteration. So this chapter was, it's not a star performer, but kind of average performer chapter. And this chapter was almost for 9 marks, 5 marks, 4 marks. Sorry, my mistake. It was 4 and this was 8. So chapter number 8 and 9, financial services, it was for 8 marks, 4 marks, and then again 8 marks. So on an average, you can assume 6 marks. So I won't say, so or you can do it like, you can put 3 stars here. You can put 2 stars here. I'll tell you 1 star chapter also, the least priority. So this is 2 star chapter. Same with this, second priority. Then, what about this legal status and all? And same with LLP. So you see, I've written 4, 5, and 8. That is for alteration, and plus I'm writing few more marks.
Am I audible, everyone? From another device. You can write in chat box or just tell me. ಯಾರ್ದು ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಏಷಿಯಸ್ ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ದು ಅದಂಗೆ ಬರ್ತಿದ್ರು. ಇಲ್ಲ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ದು ಇದಾ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಡನ್ನಾಗಿ ಬರ್ತಿಲ್ಲ.
Guys, by mistake also when your mic is getting on, please switch it off, right? So yes, in chapter number 3, you can see you're able to see the screen, right? You're not able to see screen. How many participants we have? Okay, so you can write till I can share, because are you still able to see the screen? Okay. Yeah, I have to look again. So wait for that. Till then, if you can listen to me, directly go with that. So chapter number 3 again, and you can see charter document. There were 2 chapters: charter document and alteration of documents. Alteration we did 458, and you do for 404. That is 4. Was asked on an average total. Now we can do it is on an average 7 to 8 marks minimum. So it can go till 12, but 7 to 8 marks minimum. Now chapter number 4, 005. 005. Okay. Then chapter number 5, LLP, 544. 544. Then chapter number 6. That was 444, straight 4 marks chapter. For all 3 attempts, it was for 4 marks. Then chapter number 7, 040. that NGO part, 040. Then next, so chapter number 1 to 7 fully done, right? Now 8, financial services, you've already written. You've already written. So chapter number 8, I repeat financial services in that for 8. Now chapter number 9, startup, I already said 954. In that one change is there, and that is startup ka definition is changed. So you do not need to go with the old definition. It is changed with some of the amendments. So some benefits got increased, I can say. Then chapter number 11. Now this is risky for you because content got increased and so much content got increased. And I'm sure that chapter number 11 also you were not giving so much. Chapter number 11 was very small chapter earlier. It was companies incorporated somewhere. I mean, you can say registered outside India or going for foreign business. Now, unfortunately, they have added something similar to company law, chapter number 14. You remember that New York, Hong Kong, such kind of company law was given, which we always were like of the opinion we won't do. And same now is there for 5 different countries in chapter number 11. So I'm leaving it fully up to you that you want to do it or not. But yes, I'll show you the content and some amendments. But yes, it's fully up to you whether you want to go for it or not. But yes, now 5 more countries. So on an average, they have increased 16 pages in the chapter. So chapter was very small. Now it's not small. So that chapter, the value of the chapter, I can say, I did not mention chapter number 10, right? Joint venture. So just write for joint venture 884. 884. And the chapter that I'm telling you, that is 11th chapter. So I'm leaving it up to you whether you want to go for it or not. But it's something that is very difficult to, you can say, remember. India ka law yaad reh jaye bahut hai. Right? India ka law yaad reh jaye bahut hai. ये याद रखना is obviously difficult. So इसका marks मैं weightage बता दूं. So ma'am, is it fine like we leave the chapter? I was of the opinion, but after changes, analysis of the chapter, and it was of 0 marks, right? That first attempt, 0 marks. First attempt, 0. Second, it was shocking, 13 marks. 1, 3, 13 for chapter number 11, second attempt. And the third last attempt, I don't know what happened, 4 marks. It's a really kind of a dilemma whether to do that foreign part or not. It's a kind of dilemma. So this is one more thing, that is addition. So right there we will see that from book also. Then next, so chapter number 1 to 11. Now coming on 12, right? So much increased content, so much increase that I'm going to solve today. Content increase and the chapter value, that conversion and all. I don't know, this chapter is really important when you see the practical side, but they are not giving much justice to the chapter. I don't know, maybe this time they will give because content is increased. It's a 005. 005. Then, ma'am, industrial license is very typical. It's very difficult to remember also. But let me tell you, it's a star performer chapter. Chapter number 13. Industrial licenses and so many amendments that we are going to do today. You know how much is the weight? 17 marks, 19 marks. 2020, 1717 and 1919 for first, second and third attempt. Chapter number 13. So can we leave that? No. And because of COVID, some amendments came in the chapter. So COVID amendments are applicable, yes, till 30th of June. Okay. Then Chapter number 14, that I guess it was register and returns. Yes. So register and returns, I can say not much important chapter, but yes, it was asked. So maintenance of register is 303. 3, 0 and 3 marks. Now, chapter number 15. So some industry applications, I can say. Chapter number 15. Zero, 8, 3. 0, 8 and 3. There, chapter number 15 done. 16. IPR. Eleven, 11 and 6. 11, 11 and 6. Now again, one more star performer, chapter number 17, labor law. It's a star performer chapter. And there is one amendment. There is one good amendment. I mean, whole act got changed. So that is labor law, 16 marks, 6 marks and 13 marks. Then chapter number 18, environment. If you go for chapter number 18, that is 0, 8, 6. 0, 8 and 6. 19, dormant company. 633, no change. 633. Then striking off, as such, no change. So 14, 11 and 3. So last attempt it just got very less, 3 marks only. And one more chapter, as I mentioned, for career also, and for this curriculum also, star performer again. It is 5, 11 and last attempt it was 19 marks. What the attempt you gave? If anybody appeared, that was the attempt. 19 marks it was. Now you see, these are total chapters. Okay, I'm just telling you the chapter numbers. If you see chapter number 13, chapter number 21, chapter number 17, and chapter number 2. You know, this 4 chapter covers more than 50% weightage of the exam paper. So chapter number 2, 13, 17, and 21. So on an average, if you do now, on an average, first attempt it was asked for 55 marks. Second attempt it was for 43 and 61. So I call it as a star performer chapter. If you do this 4 chapters properly, on an average, looking at 3 attempts, I can say passing won't be the problem. So this is star. Then I'm going with the average. That your second priority. Chapter number 16, 20, chapter number 10, 8, 9. In chapter number 3, that is just alteration, okay? And 11. This is average. And the least performer, last, poor. Chapter is poor. So poor performer chapters were rest of the chapter, all of the chapter I can say. So you know what, this all rest of the chapter average asked was 26, 35 and 37. And this average chapters properly in part, you can say this one, 54, 57 and 37 marks on an average. Now you decide if 4 chapters ask for, and on an average these 2 chapters, specifically these 2 chapters ask for on an average 19 marks if in last 2 attempts, 3 attempts, total average marks, then think about it, what should be your priority? So this is overall idea so that you can prepare or plan your studies accordingly. Now disclaimer, if you are hearing so many people saying amendments, it's okay. Itne amendments nahi hai jitna tension hai. Right? It's not that level amendment that you will be stuck that, okay, this is amendment, that is amendment. It's not like that. So basically, coming on the amendment part now. So I mentioned chapter number 1. We never consider chapter number 1 such important, and it's not. You can see it's not level important also. But yes, there is one added that what factors to be while choosing startup. What factors will be considered while choosing startup? Now, this wasn't there earlier. This wasn't there that to choose startup, what factors we'll consider. We were just having somewhat 13 to 14 points in the chapter to consider. Now there is one more question. So now, if I go with the new module, so let's take an example of first chapter. This is something new. Company as a choice of business organization for startup. Now, what factors you'll consider for startup, and that too when you want to choose as a company. So you see, there is nothing new that you don't know. Content is added, but nothing is like new. You check, don't you know about features of private limited company? Right? Don't you know the features of LLP? Right? And the features of LLP also, we have a separate chapter. So ideally, if I tell you, is there real amendment in chapter number 1? No, it's just a content addition. So you can expect one extra question from chapter number 1, which wasn't there earlier. Nothing more than that. Okay. So this is one part. Now going with the second part, chapter number 2, types of company. We have learned so many companies, and amendments which were there in last year already did in the class. But yes, now few, as I mentioned, spice. So wherever in your module, in your ASHS material, whatever you're referring, doesn't matter. Wherever it is spice, just make it like this. Just make it like this, nothing else. And in class, section number 3A and section number 11, I already mentioned that moment. So what is section number 3A if you're not aware, because this was asked last attempt. This was already asked that if your members are below 2 in private company and below 7 in public company, and you're still carrying on with your business for 6 months or more, then your liability, even though you're limited company, it will become unlimited. If it is limited company, still your liability will go unlimited. This is one, section number 3A. And there is section number 11 was already there, but then it got cancelled, and instead new section afterwards added, section number 10A. It is already discussed with you in class, commencement certificate. So there is nothing new. Unless you have not written it, otherwise it is same. So is there any other change in the incorporation run? No, not at all. So ma'am, incorporation procedure is as it is same, 100% same. Nothing changed except Spice Plus. The new difference came, it is in LLP, not here, not in this. So chapter number 2 sorted, there is no change. Now there was one in Nidhi company concept in chapter number 2. Okay, chapter number 2, Nidhi company concept was there. Now, what is the definition of Nidhi company? Nidhi company means, so now they have added one more thing. Nidhi company includes mutual benefit company. This is only addition in the definition. So Nidhi company includes mutual benefit company. So in case if they ask a query which is on the basis of Nidhi only, but if they change the name and they put it like mutual benefit company, then you should not be stuck that what type of company it is. It is similar to Nidhi. So whatever rules are applicable to Nidhi, same rules will be applicable to mutual benefit company also. Done? So you see, as such, whatever topics we have done, is there any such change, ma'am? No, not at all. An interesting fact, I don't know whether it will be applicable to you or not, because the latest amendment, this is removed from Companies Act 1956, because if you remember, we were doing 1956 for this topic, right? But now new latest last month amendment came that in Companies Act 2013, new chapter is being added, producer company, and if anything coming new, so chances are less that institute will ask you old. So I'm not saying topic is out. I'm not saying that. Topic is still there. It's just that amendments are there. Okay, one more good news. That now producer company also need to have CS, which wasn't there earlier. Which wasn't there earlier. So now producer company is also required to have CS. And one more news that you must be having, that CS earlier was required at 5 crores. Now it is 10 crores. Right? But okay, you know that. So you must be knowing that also, that PIL has already been filed in the Supreme Court. The hearing was on 21st of September, second hearing, but it got delayed. So the chances are there it will be again 5 crores, but for exam 10 crores. So, okay, ma'am, which amendment you said about this, where it is given? So I'll tell you. In chapter number 17, if I'm not wrong, and KMP. You know that I don't remember the index of your book. According to company law, I know it's chapter number 13. Right? So KMP, in that CS rule number 8, and in that CS is now required every company having 10 crores or more. Why I'm doing it here? Because in some of the provision you will find the CS privilege. So earlier CS was required when company was having paid up capital of 5 crores or more. Now it is extended from 5 to 10 crores. Okay, ma'am. Any other change in this? No. Any other chapter in the any other change or increase? Nothing. So I would still suggest whichever topic you're reading, read which is required, not extra. Okay, in that nothing else. So chapter number 3 directly, alterations. So charter document. Now see, it's not today. Even after 10 years, MOA AOA will never change. It is going to be same. So is there any change in the MOA AOA? Never. Let's go for the alteration. Second part. Is there any change in the alteration? So now I would like to discuss few things of change of name. I mentioned in the class also, name can be changed for 3 types in a different 3 ways. One is adding or deleting word private. So what is exactly the meaning of that? How can I mean, what should I call when I'm adding or deleting the word private? What should I call? Yes, you can unmute yourself and say no issues.
Private limited. Private limit.
Okay, no, I'm not asking what you're understanding. I'm asking if I'm adding private or deleting private, what is the procedure called?
Conversion. Like
Right.
Perfect, conversion. Okay, so this is one conversion. Second, can I say like this, I can change ABC Private Limited to XYZ Private Limited. This is one normal name change. We are focusing on this in this chapter. We are not focusing on this because it will come in chapter number 12. Okay. Any other way to change the name? Yes. So either you go with the private to public, public to private, or you change the main name ABC to XYZ, or if you know, and if you remember, ABC Infra can be ABC Textile. So can I say this is more like object change? So right now my focus is what? Only name change. So ma'am, in this name change, is there any difference? No, as it is same. So in this chapter, is there any change in the name, registered office, object, liability? No. But one more thing. One more thing. Now, can I say registered office? We learned 4 different things. Within city, right? One thing we list, outside city, within same state. Then ROC to ROC in Tamil Nadu and Maharashtra. And one more, that is state to state, and state to state, which approval we were taking? Which approval we were taking?
Regional office.
It was in ROC to ROC. It was in ROC to ROC, not in state to state. So yes,
Central government.
Central
central
government.
government. So state to state, it is central government. And let me tell you, in your suggested answer sheets given by ICSI, right, they are referring this also RD, and I want you to write central government only as per the act, and bracket you will write power with RD. So state to state, you'll write central government only, power is with still central government, but it is given to RD. Done? Okay, now one more. Any other change in the alteration of article, capital clause? Nothing, because capital clause is covered in share capital chapter, not here. But unluckily, few questions of share capital were asked in the setting up. As I mentioned, you can't segregate the subject at all. So this is something no change again. Coming on chapter number 4. Is there any change in this as such? No. So nothing, no change in all the different type of companies, no change. And this is anyway, we are not going from here. We have a separate chapter. Now LLP, is there any change? Yes, I want everyone to go for a new procedure of LLP incorporation. So it's bit change. Yes. So if you are still having the notes and if you are referring it, if you are going to refer the whole notes again, so let me tell you, only changes this one. So if you know, you have done form 1 for name and then form 2 for incorporation. Yes, for the LLP incorporation, this is what we have written in the books everywhere, that form number 1 is for name availability and form number 2 for incorporation. Instead, form number 1 and 2 is out, 3 as it is, 4 as it is, you don't need to change. Now form number 1, it is LLP run or run LLP, whatever you write. It's LLP run. So for LLP, we have a separate type of run. Yes. Do we have a same run for company and LLP both? No. So if you have a note, find out the incorporation of LLP where it is form number 1 for name. It's not form number 1 anymore. Okay. And what about this form? I mean, form 2, it's odd name, and that is, you know, FILLIP, Philip. Form for incorporation of LLP or something like that. They have created the short form, Philip. So this is incorporation form. Yes. In your books, it is instead of form 2. Rest things are same, ma'am. 100% same. No change. Just a form change. That earlier name availability was in form number 1. Now it's run LLP. So we have separate run for both of them. Yes. So MCA services. Can you check that LLP services? Check third one. Run LLP, right? And if for company, then you check right one. And can you see Spice Plus? So do not write PLUS. Don't write that. Right? This time it was more interesting that it was very easy. Whenever whichever topic was taught, we could on the spot go on the website of government. This was one benefit of it. So otherwise you can see rest things are 100% same. Wherever the name of the form written, it was bit changed. I want you to go through it for once, just 2 paras. Check it. and DPIN is old now. We both will use DIN for the designated partners. Check that. If done with first para, check this name reservation. Prema, can you please mute your mic? And check the last para also for 15 days. Don't worry, you don't need to write anything. I'll share this sheet after session with you. All the sheets that I'm going to show you. Done? So only change you can find is run LLP and Philip. Any other change in the LLP? No, not at all. Nothing else is changed. Chapter number 4, 5 as it is. Now come on chapter number 6. Now this is something which, see earlier, what was given and how it was given. So let me just remind you basics of it. We were given sole proprietorship, we were given HUF, we were given partnership, and we were given some cooperative societies, right? Multi-state cooperative society kind of. So if you remember the material that we had, in that earlier it was sole proprietorship given, and after that partnership, and afterwards at last part we had incorporation details. But when I taught you, I did not teach like this, that let's do all the types together, then we'll go with the incorporation. Whenever we did first sole proprietorship, and then we went on the afterwards, you know, the last pages of the incorporation of or creation of the sole proprietorship. What we were doing in class, institute understood, and that's how they managed this chapter. So is there any change? No. It's not a change. It's just a, you know, you can say reshuffling the topic, and they understood that it's not something relevant here, like giving sole proprietorship first and giving the creation of sole proprietorship at last. They just combined the topic wisely what we were doing in class. So no change. Okay. Chapter number 7. Is there any change in chapter 7? Formation and registration of NGO. अब इसमें क्या change होगा? कोई change नहीं है, as it is. Now chapter number 8. Financial services organization and its registration process. Check this. NBFCs we did. ARC change was there, and that change was already done in the class because it was supposed to be applicable from last date was 2019, because 2 years were given for the change, and the, you know, net own fund was 2 crore, and then it was supposed to increase till 100 crores, and this was already done in class with you. So there is no change as such. Any other Nidhi company I mentioned, you read it from here, not from chapter number 2, because when I was completing the course, if you remember last day we did again Nidhi from chapter number 2, right? Because it was already done here, it was just a repetition. So you will do Nidhi from here. Is there any such change as such? No, not at all. So no change in this chapter also, it is as it is. Is there any change in chapter number 9 now? Yes. Startup is changed, bit change. So more benefits as more incubate, you know, government got. And if you remember in class, we checked the IIM Ahmedabad website for incubant and all this. That moment also we checked the startup website also, that it was mobile application. Some of you downloaded that Startup India. Now they extended the benefit not only to, you know, people having 5 years from the incorporation or having 5 crores as their turnover. Instead, 5 years they made it 10 years, and this 5 crores they made it 100 crores. So it is like that if I have turnover till 100 crores, still I'll get the benefit of startup. Yes, yes I will. So This is the change. Where is the change? Okay, so this is the definition. If you have the notes right now, you can change. First part is just instead of 5 years, you make it 10 years. I shared this photograph with you in the group that you are into right now from the website of startup. Second is here, it's instead of 10 crore, it's 100 crores in startup. Rest is same, 100% same, no change. And one small topic, check that. Issue of sweat equity shares by startup companies. So can they give this sweat equity shares if they want to? They can, but not exceeding 50% of their paid up capital up to 10 years from the incorporation or registration. So this you add, just one line add, I'm dictating, just add one line if you want to. Startup can give sweat equity shares. Startup can give sweat equity shares up to 10 years of incorporation, not exceeding 50% of paid up capital. Any other change through this chapter? No. Now one more change in the chapter number 10. Earlier it was just you can say joint venture thing. Now few more topics are added in the form of business collaboration. Very few topics, not so much. So some addition is there. What is the addition? You check types of business collaboration. Number one, horizontal. Number two, vertical. Number two, intersectional, and joint and equity. We know everything about this too because we have learned. We have this two extra. Now, horizontal and vertical collaboration. So if I am car manufacturing company, entering into tie-up with the tire manufacturing company, right? So can I say this is more like a vertical, or I'm entering into the, tie-up with more like a marketer of my car or seller of my car, dealer of my car. This is vertical. But I'm also car manufacturing company. You are also car manufacturing company. Let's combine. Can I say this is like horizontal competitors? This is vertical and this is horizontal. When you go with the vertical, it's more like you already were using some products of your, upper hand or, after hand. If you are entering into agreement or a contract or a kind of collaboration from your earlier party with your earlier party, it is called backward integration. If you go a bit forward, then we call it as a forward one. So if Tata Motors enter into any transaction with any, you can say not transaction, collaboration with any tire company or a spare part company of car, it will be backward. And if they want to go for the sale or a marketing, so they enter into one more tie-up with the next company, that is forward integration. So that is more like a vertical. Here it's always competitors. So one small topic, this one, and I guess this topic, check. LLP form as a SPV was not there in your book. It wasn't there. It's there, check it. Right? So no change. It's just that if I'm company, I able to go with the SPV, special purpose vehicle. And even if you are LLP, doesn't make any difference. It's gonna be same because both are corporate legal entities. So is there any change? No. It's similar to company. So no change.
Ma'am,
Pure
it is
theory.
there, ma'am.
Okay, fine. In your material, I'm not sure. There. Done. Nothing has changed here in this chapter also. So chapter number 1 to 11, you see only LLP is updated, form numbers, types of company, very few things are updated. Chapter number 1, more topic got added. In chapter number 12, so much updation. So chapter number 11, I mentioned, yes. Before we go on 12, chapter number 11, this is like hectic. And after looking at the, marks that suddenly it was in December 18 less, and June 19 was 13 marks average, and then again came down to somewhat very less. I'm not sure how you're going to tackle, but it's up to you. I would suggest that go for at least 5 points of one country so that at least you'll be able to write. Or you can, make a better choice in question number 2 or 2A, or that 5 or 5A, I can say, if it is there. So you see, in this, initial part is same, no change. One master circular is added, not something changed. It's also similar. Yes, problem starts from here. So this is not there in your book. Setting up, see, this chapter was that how to set up your business in foreign. Now they're talking about how to set up your business in New Zealand. Can I say they'll teach something about New Zealand then? अब इंडिया का रह जाए बहुत है, right? So New Zealand, Singapore, China. We are not at all thinking about China, but still topic is there, so I don't think institute will be asking this. New York, and last one, UK. Just last one. So UK, New York, China, Singapore, and New Zealand. These 5 countries. Now this is something called addition, and they have added a lot more, that if you are like we have ROC, MCA, what they have, kind of topics are given. Kind of topics are given. Clear? So this is one. Now how to tackle it, whether to do it also or not, my suggestion is just find 5 to 7 points and go for it, rather than leaving altogether. And it's not that typical also, but yes, it's difficult to remember. It's not difficult to understand. So this is one addition that you'll be reading. So chapter number 1, you will read that startup part. This you will read. And come on chapter number 12. Have your book, pen, whatever you can, or just try. If you are not writing, I'm fine. I'll share the sheet with you, but I want you to go with the new notes that I'm showing you right now for chapter number 12. So you see, if I go with the chapter number 12, can I say we learned like private to public? Correct? We learned public to private. We learned section 8 to others, or kind of LLP to company, company to LLP. This we did. And a few more were there. OPC to normal private, private to OPC. So many types were there, right? They are as it is. In that, if you remember last time, we had a bit of discussion, and I told you last moment that yes, people, you will go with RD instead of NCLT in public to private, because it was very latest amendment when your attempt was due. So RD was the authority for public to private. Now, if you already have handwritten notes with you right now, you can come on that, or you can directly understand. I'm explaining, and I want you to cut down the whole topic that we had written in class for public to private. Rest all are same, only for public to private. So see, this is the new note, which is again prepared. So you can see there are some points given: private to public, public to private. I'm only talking about this one. Rest, I'll tell you what are newly added. Can you see right side other entity note? Check it now. This is new addition. Give me a second. I'll just keep it on charge and check it. So I mean to say that whatever code is going to do one new procedure of change, that is from private to public as it is, and public to and other entities, 3 more new entities are added. Ma'am, what if I have a trust under Indian Trust Act and I want to go for company limited by guarantee? Or if I have a society and I want to go for 8 guarantee company. And last one, what if I'm unlimited company limited, like limited liability company, and as it is. So you have the notes, no need to change as it is, you can go for it, but do change for this, public to private. So check this. SR NGT 14. After SR, can you check this? Within 60 days, file application to. Earlier it was NCLT, now it is RD. And I told you also that you make it RD when last attempt was there, but process was not there in your course. Now the if my company is a public, I have to first need to reduce my members up to 200, otherwise I cannot go for private. And if I'm going for private, what is the procedure now? So it's written approval of RD is must in 2019. No NCLT is required anymore. So what is the process? Board meeting, board resolution, general meeting, SR. After that, go to RD within 60 days of SR. Okay, and my board resolution or general meeting resolution for what, ma'am? It is ultimately for conversion, and I have to take NOC for creditors and any other stakeholders if I have. Now, this is, you have the procedure in hand? Yes. Same, yes, except that RD. Now the real procedure. My voice is clear. Application to RD, what? Check. Board resolution, special resolution, MOA, AOA with the proposed alteration. Okay, too few. See, I cannot teach without. So 3 to 4 people can keep their camera on. Rest, please switch it off. Maybe that's the reason of the network issue. Perfect, fine. Okay. So yes, RD1 is the form. Okay. RD1 is the form, and that is new form. What to attach with that? Board resolution, special resolution, MOA, AOA, and propose alteration. Then give a KMP declaration about what. And members make it within 200, and last list of creditors and debentures should be attached. Ma'am, I'm not going on. No issues. Go with estimate. Go with estimates. We are fine with that. And after this, file INC 27 with the ROC copies and your company's exact rule I have added site already. Check. Okay, guys, just do one thing. I guess few are having maybe network issue. How many of you are able to hear me properly? Can you just write in the chat box? Okay, now it's proper. Let me check Wi-Fi again. Okay, I changed the connection now. Clear now? This issue never happens. Maybe it is because of the camera. Let's see. Do let me know if it is still lag or break or something like this. Okay. I'm repeating. I'm repeating. Don't worry. I'll repeat. Okay. Now it should be clear voice.
Okay. So yes, NCLT was the authority earlier. Now it is RD. So all the things with that are changed for RD 180s instead of NCLT authority. So RD1 is an application form. And I'm going to share that sheet I showed you, content for this, including how to go with the procedure. You're going to refer new procedure and not the old one, right? So I'm sharing the screen. See, after sharing the screen from this device, I won't be able to see you. So do use your chat box if you have a query, right? Otherwise, I can understand from expression, but I won't be able to see you from this device. Okay. So this is the chapter number 12, change, first change. If clear in this, the change that I said, check it once and then raise your hand in the system itself or just write in the chat box clear for this topic, private to public company. And this point, that what exactly the documents that you have to give. Do we need to remember all this document? Not so much needed, but you should be knowing at least this procedure. My audio is still not clear. This from never happened from this 3 months. Just a second. Okay, then wait a second and let me check the Wi-Fi.
Now it should not come. The issue should not come. Now first tell me before I go with the session, my voice is breaking or it's clear now. So I'll repeat the chapter number 12 again. It's clear now? Yeah, it was a Wi-Fi problem. Okay, perfect. So see, chapter number 12, let me repeat that as it was voice issue with so many. So if I talk about chapter number 12, the point is it's written that you have to go and check that NCLT was the earlier authority. Now we do not have NCLT authority at all. We have the authority RD instead of NCLT. You can keep your cameras on now. It's fine. Yes. So as I was mentioning that NCLT is the authority, right? Earlier, now RD. So let me just go with the full procedure again. So if I talk about the procedure, first you go with the RD approval. So how to go with the RD approval? Board meeting, board resolution, general meeting, SR, and then go with RD1 form. And RD1 form will be with some of the attachments. If RD says yes, that you can go for it. If RD says yes, then only you have power to go for the conversion of company. Otherwise, it's not possible. Otherwise, it's not possible. So this is how the procedure is changed. Rest things are 100% same. But yes, and one more new sheet that I showed you, I'm going to share it with you. You can refer the old material that you have, all the board work, except for that one part. And now I'm dealing with the new part. Shall I? Now everyone clear with the change? Okay, so let's come back to this change. If I talk about this change, what is there? So this is one change, and now come on the new things that are added and write in your book that few new topics are added. Which are they? Okay, this note is very well prepared with every detailed topic, right? With every topic, nothing is missed out from chapter number 12. So now, okay, can you see this? I'm sharing the screen. So you can see the screen, it's written new additions by ICSI in latest material. These are the new additions.
एक डेढ़ घंटा रहे हो एक डेढ़ घंटा हो गया
Mute your mic.
फर्स्ट में what एक दो क्लास
Okay. Now, Bhavna, can you please mute your mic? So company limited by guarantee to company limited by shares. This wasn't there earlier. This topic was not there earlier. So company limited by guarantee to company limited by shares. Very simple procedure, but it's written other than section 8 company. So we are no doubt going in, company limited by guarantee to shares, but we are not going for section 8 company. So we are going other than section 8 company. It can be any private or public company. How to go with that? Board meeting, board resolution, general meeting, SR, and now something new, that please have a share capital equivalent to amount of your guarantee, because you were earlier guarantee company, now you're share capital company. So we have to change it like this. Then change your MOA and AOA. And please omit the word given in your MOA AOA, that is guarantee. You must have written company limited by guarantee. Now remove the word guarantee. And wherever there is SR, there one line we actually, every student knew that section number 117 says wherever there is SR, there is MGT 14. So this is the one new change. And I repeat, this is company limited by guarantee to company limited by shares, but it's not section 8 company. It's not Section 8 company. Done? Okay. Going forward with the next. Whenever there is a conversion, even when you see your old procedures written, it was always written afterwards INC 27 because it was a conversion form that all the orders and all the conversion procedure that you have done, you have to file it with ROC and along with which document. It's a common thing. Board resolution, special resolution, explanatory statement, altered copy of MOA, AOA, and now share capital, which is equivalent to guarantee. So this one change, any query with this regard. So this is new amendment, ma'am. No, it's not amendment. It's addition in your book, in the content. It's not amendment. It was old thing, but in your course, it wasn't there earlier. Now it is. Now, so this is done. This is done. So now topic number 9. See the heading again. Company with unlimited liability wants to go for company limited by share or guarantee. Now it is unlimited liability, but going for the limited liability. So check. Board meeting, board resolution, general meeting, SR is same. Where to go? Apply to ROC for conversion. Within 7 days of passing SR, please give newspaper advertisement. Why? Because now so many people who dealt with your company are going to be affected. Why? Because earlier company was having unlimited liability, means your personal assets were also be, it can be sold and they can be paid. But now assets will not be able to be sold. Obviously, it's limited liability now. So let's go for the advertisement in newspaper. If you have any website, please put it on website also. And notice should be given to your creditors as well or any other interested person. If any objection is raised by them, they can do it within 21 days to ROC and company. So suppose if I am a creditor, your company unlimited, now going for limited, I have a trouble with this. The moment I saw the newspaper advertisement, from that date to 21 days, within 21 days, either I can move to you that see what is this, I have objection for this, or I can move to ROC. And if everything is feasible, proper, right, within 45 days of your SR, go with the application to ROC now, that all the objections also solved now. Go with this document, attach that. What documents? Copy of notice, an explanatory statement, copy of newspaper cutting that wherever you have given the advertisement, copy of your SR, altered copy of your MOA, AOA, and you can say declaration by 2 directors or MD if any that all the asset liabilities, everything will be transferred. So this kind of things you have to attach. Now, one more declaration is about what? Secured creditor and debenture holders. That what type of declaration you're giving for your creditors? Number 1, their name, address, details. Declaration of solvency that we will not be insolvent within 1 year. Now you tell me. If I know that I'm going to be insolvent, don't you think this is the kind of way out to use from unlimited to limited? People will misuse this. People will misuse this, and that's the reason we have this point that if you are going for this kind of conversion, be careful. You have to give declaration of solvency. It means for 1 year, within 1 year, you should not be becoming insolvent. If you will be, we will treat it as a fraud. And every amount is true and correct. You have made all the contingency for your creditors if there is any, right? And if I'm not sure about the amount, no issues, just go with the estimates. Take your estimates to be paid. And declaration that notice was given to all the creditors and debenture holders about this, and if they had any objection, they already raised. And certificate, take it from auditor that company is solvent and it's going concern also. Now, NOC from any sectoral regulator like IRDA or any such thing if you have, and NOC from creditors also. Declaration that there is no complaint, inspection or inquiry pending as of now. ROC will consider all the objection if any receive, and if it is satisfied, they'll give you new certificate. Now this is one of the lengthiest procedure you can say. company from unlimited to limited. Now, if I give you my opinion, see, ICSI added, that's fine because you as a professional should be knowing everything. But as per my opinion, how many companies are there in the market which are unlimited? Hardly countable. Countable companies, like very less number. So if there is no such unlimited company, very few, I can say hardly 20, 30 companies will be there. How come this procedure is so relevant in the practical market? Right? It's not so relevant in the practical market because who will register unlimited company nowadays? Right? So that's why, yes, theory, basics to ask for exam, good point. But in practical life, not so good point. And some conditions are given after conversion. Company cannot change its name for 1 year after conversion and no declaration of dividend at all before you satisfy all the debts that you have. Okay, so this is something, conversion of unlimited company to limited company, but still there are few points given. It is not at all possible in the following situation. Now this can be asked for 3 to 5 marks if they want to. When it is not possible to convert the company from unlimited to limited, check. Number one, when your net worth is negative, means वैसे ही डूबने वाली, right? Second, application of striking off is already working with the ROC, and then you're going with this kind of new thing. Obviously, it is more like a, overlapping things are happening. So you can't do that. If striking off is going on, how can you go for conversion? So you decide you want to seriously stay or you want to go, right? Third, default in filing of financial statement and return. That's very common thing. First you file the financial statement, no? Then we'll think about giving this priority to you. Then winding up application is pending, or company's own director has not paid money to company in the form of call money and 6 months already left from the due date. Then also, and last, company has inquiry, or you can say, fine, that is already covered. And last, if you have any inquiry, no, and call money, that is already covered by me. So this is one, total 2 new additions we did. Unlimited, right? To limited, and that guarantee thing to limited by shares. Now one more, 10th. This is odd. I am registered society under Societies Act, and I don't want to be society anymore. I want to go for company now. That too limited by guarantee company, and that too Section 8 company. So I am doing charity in form of society, but now I'm not interested to do the charity in the form of society. Rather, I want to go for the company. Right? Check. List of members up to 6 days before the application, right? You prepare this. Second, list of proposed director. Why? Because you see, in society we had members, in society we had governing body as your, you can say, management. We don't have directors. We need to create directors now, so they need to have DIN and all. So prepare with that, their DIN and everything. If they don't have, apply for it. List of the governing body, that is a management. We call company management as board of directors, but in society the management is called governing body. So prepare with that. Old board, I can say. Copies of registration copies, like you must be having the certificate of your societies. Secure creditors NOC. Members, ask them, pass a resolution. I cannot say SR because it's not company. It's gonna be company, but right now I cannot say SR. Then declaration of complying that you have all complied with all the Indian stamp duties which are supposed to be paid on the conversion. Copies of income tax returns. You please give us how and what level of charities you have done. We want to see details of the object clause. Now this is Section 8 company. You want to convert. Understood. What would be your object after conversion? Tell us. So that is, and check few more points after this 11 topic. What is written? Check few more points after this 11 topic. What does it mean, ma'am? Why you have written half year and half afterwards? Because can you check the next 11th heading? It's written trust to Section 8 guarantee company. Earlier was society to Section 8 company. Why I have written half? Because from society to company and from trust to company, it's 100% same after topic, like after this basic thing. Whatever we are going to do in this point, it's common for both of them. That's why I've written afterwards, right? So this understood. Now what? Now what? If on an application of society and trust, if ROC is satisfied, it will issue license of Section 8 company in INC 16 and all the prohibition of Section 8 company. Which were the prohibition? You can't use private limited. You can't give dividend, right? You cannot, you just use your profit, and you cannot violate any terms of the license given to you. So that is, and all the prohibition of Section 8 company now will be applicable, and societies who have not filed that financial statement or annual return will not be eligible to convert. And undertaking of the trustees to dissolve the trust will be made, so that trust will be dissolved and company will be formed. And so now society or trust will make their own MOA, AOA, and make an application for the new certificate, that is new SPICE procedure you will follow. So ma'am, first of all, we have to do this basic procedure in our own society or trust. Yes, once you're done with that formalities, go for SPICE Plus. So we have to go with the incorporation procedures in a form also. Yes, because you are altogether a different type of thing. If you were company, we will not tell you to go for SPICE again, but you are not company, and altogether different thing. And to come in the MCA website or MCA record, you have to change it, right? So I'm going back to this again for the trust now. So society I already explained. I want you to go with the trust now. Check it now. 11 topic. Check. So first is list of trustees. There it was members. Here we have trustee, right? Rest things are same. Second. Second, you check list of proposed directors, same point. In society also same point. First one is trustee, there it was members. Third, trust deed. Then NOC from secure creditors, same. Have meeting and take consent of your majority of your trustees, fine, and decide the amount of guarantee also. Then declaration about compliance with Indian Stamp Act, again same, no change. And copies of income tax, same. And give it to ROC. If ROC is satisfied, they'll tell you, okay, go for SPICE Plus. So this 10, 11 added, done. So total 8, 9, 10 and 11. 4 different type of conversions added, and one more change, that is public to private. You will follow this new procedure. Clear? So I'm supposed to share this one copy with you, that I'll share once session will be done. This copy will be shared with you. Any query? Guys, you can now keep your cameras on. It's okay. That was Wi-Fi issue. Now it's not. Okay. Clear with chapter number 12? Any query with this regard? So see, I cannot say that this will be asked or not. But yes, one thing is for sure. Something is added as a new content. So something is added as a new content. So, ICSI is having one chance to go for something new, but unlimited and all I doubt. So this is one more. Done with chapter number 12? Yes, done with chapter number 12. Come on, chapter number 13 now. And there is a lot of amendments because of COVID. So I'm in session. I'll give you a call in 15 minutes. Yeah, तो मैंने message कर दिया. Various initial registration and licenses. Now I'll tell you something. Do not feel jealous, but still, I have not written in class for more like PAN card or GST. All these things were not written, right? Because we did directly orally, but for this batch I have. So I'm going to share it with you, right? So the 2-3 things with bit of amendments are added. So this was chapter number 12 ka list. Okay, this is chapter number 13. Ma'am, if we just refer this sheet and go, it's fine, it's fine. 90% content is added, 10% you have to go with the module, rest is added already. So you won't find this in sequence of your book or a Yash's material. It is done with, aage piche, but yes, numbers are given. So you see, first is FCRA. Is there any change in the FCRA? No. Pollution and all this same. This is also same. Now PAN card. I have written here a few things for PAN card, which wasn't written in your point so much. Basics were written because it was PAN and 10 was very basic. So we had written in the class, but less. But here it is full context. Given if you read this much, enough. 10 also. Now GST, some changes are there. I told you also, if I'm not sure whether I gave you or not, but in your book, So GST registration details are changed. Check your Yashas material or whatever material right now you're referring. Instead of 20 lakhs here, it should be 40 lakhs or something. Instead of 20, it should be 40. Beginning of GST as such. Yeah. So it's 40. And here, instead of 10, it is 20. So it is given 20, I guess, in your book, right? So you'll make it 40 and 20 and accordingly check limits. Not every, but check the limits. That's the only change in GST. And mind well, I did not teach you GST part from here, saying that your GST topic is anyway covered in the text session, so sir will deal with it. Okay, going with the next part. Now come on. Yes, so much change. Come on, small scale industry and MSME. So let's understand something. What is the change? I would like to ask you before we go with any topic. You know that on date, I don't remember, but it was May, and Modi ji came with a very hi-fi package that so many memes also came. Right? So what was that package amount? COVID relief package, you remember? Yes, no. News dekha bhi sahi. Yeah. So yes, Deepika, correct. 20,000 crores. That, and memes were like, we are not even sure how many zeros are there. Right. So yes, 20,000 crores package is given in the COVID situation, that is as a relief package from the central government. And the declaration was given by Modi ji, and that moment, 2 days, it was like, I'll tell you, one side people were sure like, okay, this is something, just a crazy thing happening in the country, but it wasn't that crazy. Professional became more crazy. Rather, they got happy. The advertisement of all the chartered accountants, company secretaries, all these things change on the LinkedIn and Facebook and Instagram. How, we are providing MSME registration services. Why so? Because this COVID package was not for everybody. Rather, it was more, benefit to MSME. So many people were, promoting as if that MSME is the only future of the country. 20,000 crores relief package came, right? And what is that exact relief? Guys, if you remember, we did MSME, we did small scale, and if you remember, we did one Udyog license. Remember? That Udyog and IEM is gone now. We don't have it anymore. We have it as such, but till 31st of March 2021. That's it. So after that, we don't have. So currently what we have, Udyam. I don't know what they got by changing the name, bit odd. Like Udyog was nice, but Udyam is also kind of Udyog only. So they have changed this thing, and they have given us the time that we are giving you time. Change your registration. It's a pre-process. It's a pre-process to register yourself in Udyam. Otherwise, post 31st, 2021, March, we will not give you such benefit anymore. So how exactly things change? Can you check this? So who are involved in manufacturing, production or rendering of services are done on the basis of micro, small investment in plant and machinery, but not exceeding 1 crore. It's just so a very common definition for SSI, not of MSME. MSME, we have a separate definition. What is MSME Act? Can you check 1st July 2020? So date is written 1st July because the main applicability came from here. So the new process of registration in the name of Udyam. Okay, and now it will be Udyam since the term closer to the meaning of enterprise. So Udyam itself is Udyog, and Udyog was no bad, but at any cost, government wanted to give some new benefits, some new registration, and check the definition also being changed. COVID-19 relief package named Atmanirbhar Bharat. अभी लग रहा है मोदी को सुनना चाहिए था. So the point is Atmanirbhar Bharat So it was decided that let's change the definition. So let me just remind you. We did micro, small and medium classification, if you remember, up to 10 lakh for services and 25 lakhs for, then 25 to 5 and 5 to 10. That definition is fully changed. And the earlier classification was based on the plant and machinery and equipment for services. Now it is investment and turnover. So I want you to go for this. Change your classification if you have. This will be the new classification. This will be the new classification. So you see, it is investment and. Full chance of exam if they are making new paper and not giving you the June wala. Okay. And Udyam registration, ma'am, how to do this registration? This registration will be done online with the Aadhaar card, and that to self-declaration. All you need to give your PAN card and GST detail, right? And once you give this detail, they'll give you one new license, and now it will be the only license. So there are people who are asking me in a way that, ma'am, is it just COVID temporary relief or temporary registration, or it's a permanent registration? It's permanent one, because that industrial entrepreneur memorandum that we learned in the chapter, in this same chapter, last part, IEM, right? And this one, both are going to be outdated from 31st March 2021, because it's not possible to right away just remove the section. That's where they said Udyam is also valid, Udyog is also valid, but for benefit of COVID package, you have to go with the Udyam registration. It's a free registration. And you see, integrated with, you can say GST. So you just have to put this numbers. If you put this number, rest things will be pre-filled. So check this line. Check this lines. Businesses which have EM2 or Udyog Aadhaar will do re-registration, which is compulsory. An online portal is also there, udyamregistration.gov.in, free of cost and paperless. And you check this, EM2 or so and so issued till 30th of June will be valid only till 31st of March 2021. So if you have old one, see ma'am, I'm incorporating my new company, and that too in this today's, like, which date? It's 11th of October. So I will be having by default Udyam license only, because old is no more available. But ma'am, what if I'm old and then changing? Then Udyam is compulsory. So you have your lazy mode on that. Okay, karenge baad mein, no issues. But till 31st March they are okay with. Afterwards they are not okay with it. Okay. Now exactly what is Udyam? See, full chances of Udyam to be asked in exam. Ma'am, if I am having turnover exceeding some limits, then only GST is applicable to me. Correct? Yes or no? Otherwise, I will not take GST. If you want to have benefit of Udyam, it's compulsory to have PAN and GST both, even though you're not having applicability. So either you think about GST or you think about this. So check this, check this. So it's a QR code is also available. Like we have a WhatsApp QR, Instagram QR, same way. Okay, no need to renewal of Udyam, and it's only one Udyam for one entity. New activities can be updated in the same Udyam. What is that? So I'm into 3 different activities under same roof of the business, same name. So I just need to have one Udyam. Ma'am, is it supposed to be renewed every year? No, it's just one time access and one time you can say process. But afterwards, if you want to add one more activity, you don't need to go for new Udyam. Just get your Udyam updated on the website that I'm adding one more new activity in my business. Rest is same. So this is full chance, and COVID 20,000 package is this one only. Right? And rest thing is as it is, that who is eligible to have MSME, same HUF partnership, so and so, same, no change. Okay. So rest things are same. Now, if you are using Yashas material, those who are using Yashas material, okay, so this one. If you're using, then I'm going to tell you some portion to cut. So chapter number 12, I already mentioned the new procedure you will go with. So chapter number 2, here from the preparation of petition, you can cancel 12.3. And it's written check summary notes. So you cancel this. If you have a module, then also you cancel. Or you directly refer new module. So from 2.3, this one, second step. See, when you convert the company, public to private, it's fine. First para is same, no change. Second para is also same, no change. From here, second step is getting cancelled. So cancel it till you can say 12.5. Hearing of tribunal. Till 5th step. 12.5. From 6th step, you'll keep it as it is. Till here, you'll cancel. So now coming on chapter number 13, come on SMSE topic, that is SME, that is small scale industry, or MSME, page number 13.9. 13.9. You will change this topic to Udyam. So what I'm going to share with you, Udyam part will be added here in the place where I have cut this with the purple lines. So this portion is cut. It's no more there. Just one portion. And along with that, now come on, you can say, then on page number, you can say 13.14, fees were given. Cancel that, no? So outdated. 13.14. Cancel that. It's not required anymore. And one more change is on 13.15 page number. Come on that. Are you with me on 13.5 15 page number? See, there is one para written. Every central ministry and departments. Yes, you have the same para. It's written that you know that what is national this purchase scheme, that you can register with the government and you will sell your procurement, whatever material you produce, you can sell it directly to government. And in that, it was 20% return, make it 25%. The para in that 20%, just make it 25%. And then, ma'am, 4% and all this, it is as it is. Just add one more line, and 3% units owned by women entrepreneurs. Now, what is this exactly? See, this is the NSIC, and this particular registry was specifically for those who want to sell, if they are MSME or they are, you can say SSI, they want to sell their products to government directly. And they want to be a part of the government programs, that whatever I will produce or manufacture, government will purchase. And government will purchase from where? So government was purchasing up to the target of 20%, but from now it is made 25%. So whatever things that government use, 25% compulsorily will be purchased from the people who are registered in this NSIC license, and 3 more percentage added. So you see, government people must be purchasing technology this time, because they are also meeting through technology only now, right? So they must be purchasing so many things. And now there is one more amendment. Whatever you purchase, but now 3% purchase, total percentage ka 3% purchase will be coming from the people who are women entrepreneurs. For that, it's more like a women empowerment or women development thing this amendment came. Now, you go on the next part, next page itself. In the first para, now is written a now Udyog Aadhar. Make it now Udyam Aadhar. Udyam, not Aadhar, just Udyam. Now you come on FSSAI. Now this is shocking for you. So FSSAI, this was given, right? Basic, that license has to be taken. And see, some fees are given in the Yashas material, or maybe your module, whichever you're referring. Cancel that whole thing. This thing has to be cancelled. Can you see I've written something? New table added. I should write new tables added, not table. It's new tables are added. So check this. It's quite lengthy. And again, number 13. Yes. So this is a bit shocking, definitely. FSSAI, right? And you see from here what they have added. If it is dairy unit, then what? Then what? Meat unit, then what? Vegetable oil unit, then what? This is something wasn't expecting from ICSI, but yes, it's something around 10 to 15 pages, that if you want to go for food registry license, and if you are from this type of entity, what sort of your registration? Sure. Now question, ma'am, karna hai ki nahi karna hai? That's a simple question, right? So I'll tell you, in all this point, almost 3 to 4 points are similar. 3 to 4 points are similar, that, you know, list of directors, ID proof, address proof is similar. What is being changed is like your main heading. It's a slaughtering house or meat house or something, then few topics are being changed. So I would suggest go for just one kind of reading. So at least you can pick out the points which are same in every particular, you know, box. You can at least write that much. But I won't suggest to go for all this. Okay. Now, so this is one change. Then coming on next part, trademark. Now this is like we should be giving blessings to ICSI. They removed all the fees part. All the fees part are removed from all this IPR part. So you see, it is given like 4 to 5 pages initially. Cancel that. For all the boxes you cancel till you reach to the next topic. All the boxes you can cancel, all the prizes cancelled. So this is good. Instead they added, but it's not so much. They have just added, I can say, flowchart procedure of the registry in the trademark or something, not so much. So I won't say that is so much. Just like this, see. It's like step of registration in the trademark. So by removing all the fee requirements from the course, they just added this kind of procedure. That is also simplified one, very simplified one. And this is also added in my notes. I'll show you. Copyright, same. Rest, all the things are changed. Yes, this is one more flowchart added. So I repeat, as maybe if you had bit of network issue, in chapter number 13, number 1 change was Udyam. Number 2 change was definition of MSME, right? Number 3 change was, you can say, all the fees of this FSSAI or GST, all these things are out. Instead, FSSAI new topics are added in the box format, and this piece of all the IPR part is out now. We don't have any. So is there any such thing left in the chapter? Yes. Come on, topic number, I can say MSME registration again, 13.56. Reached. Cancel the MSME initial, no? It's not needed, it's a repetition. So initial part you can cancel, this part till what? Till here, till Udyog license you can cancel fully. And instead you just write, do it with earlier MSME topic. Industrial license we have to keep, ma'am. Yes, obviously. We have to keep that. Done. Perfect. We are done with chapter number 13. 14, no change. Come on, chapter number 15, I'll give you good news here. Again, you'll give some blessings to ICSI. So much content reduced, and this chapter is bit, now less content-wise. So you can go with this part. From here, page number you can say 15.8. So till 7 pages fully there as it is, just some changes. Okay, just tell me now, by mistake, is it 1 or 1A on 15.7? So you must have made it run, right? RUN, and same with the next forms. Change na already? Perfect. So you can cancel from this procedure because they understood. We have already taught whole incorporation procedure in chapter number 2. Why are we giving again? So now they have removed. That time also I did not teach you in class. I just told you this is same. But now institute has removed also. So this is cancelled. Till what? Till only this. This one topic only. Yes, this is one topic only. And then you can come on this checklist, right? This checklist you can see. So many are given, right? Not a single checklist is in the course anymore. Just the basic things were given about amendment, and that is already done. Now, can you see directly they are having applying for business license, no checklist. And in our book also, you see there were so many things and then business license. So all this cancelled, yes. So 15.13 cancel, 14 cancel, 13, 12, 11, even this up to this fully cancelled. So from page number 15.9 to 14 fully cancelled with all the checklist. So we don't need to do it now. Rest licenses are same. Plantation Act, shop and establishment. Okay. Okay. And then come on the last page now, 15.25 around. They removed all the checklist. So there is no checklist anymore. Not a single. So all the pages from 15.25 to 15.30 is out now. Right? Happy? So on an average, content is more reduced. Okay. Chapter number 16, I won't say there is any change as such. There is no change as such. And same applies to chapter number, okay. Come on, chapter number 17 now. Page number 17 point, wait a second. Come on, chapter number 7, page number 17.58. There was one topic given, persons with disabilities, equal opportunities, protection and full protection rights. Count, that is 14th Act, if you count the numbers. Page number 17.58, 58. Count now. This is cancelled from 17.58 to 17.62 till here. POSCO Act. Till POSCO it's fully cancelled. Yes, it's fully cancelled. Don't be much happy because 5 pages are cancelled. Replace with new 5 pages. So this act is changed, right? And we have new act that is here, 2016, applicable now in your module. So either you will download the new module or you take it from me, no issues. But it's now different, bit different. See, it's a handicapped people given some rights, and now they are given more rights compared to like earlier one, right? So this particular part is new now. Act is not so new, added now. So this 5-6 pages added in your book about disability and all. Is there any other change in chapter number 17? No. Then chapter number 18, environment, as it is same, no change. Then come, Shelly, it is not there in the Yashas material. This is the updated one, so I'm just changing it. So it is not added at all. So you have to go with the new module. Or I can do is I'll share this Disablement Act part again from the Yashas material to you or from the module to you. Okay. So see, I was just concerned with one thing, and it is something that I wanted you to go with the amendment session, because sometimes what happened, we just read extra which is not required. So you see so much is cut down. And last part, and I was waiting for actually September module, because I got to know that September updation is coming. As I mentioned, yes, last time also, that I do write some part in the material, right, of ICSI. So it's just, I was knowing that some updated part is coming. Otherwise, I would have taken the amendment session in July itself. But I got to know September amendment module coming, and that too with the applicability in December 20. So that's where we delayed the session. Okay. Now, the last part, 1920, as such, no change. Come on, 21, no. There are few changes in the chapter, very few changes. If you want this PDF, I'll definitely share, but just do remember the things that I said, because sometimes what happened with the new students also, I go with this, with module, with websites. So maybe sometimes I'm not added here, and do not go with the, misunderstanding the topic, right? I'll share this PDF. So 21, IBC, 19 marks if this chapter was asked in last attempt. Can I say this is 1/5 of the chapter? Baki aur kitna chahiye? Right? So this is 1/5 of the chapter. So what is changed? Come on the first applicability part now. It is written, this part shall apply to the matters relating to insolvency and liquidation where minimum so and so, correct? Now it is changed. Now it is changed, and it is now one answer, that is 1 crore only. No 1 lakh, nothing. It's just 1 crore directly. So you can write the applicability directly from here. This is the new one. Because of COVID. And is it because of COVID or it will be long term? It is a long term. It's not because of COVID. It is because of COVID, but now it's long term. So now default, if it is 1 crore minimum, then only IBC can be available. And see, after COVID, so many companies got into, financial crunches were there. And I mean, government understood, NCLT understood that so many companies will come up with the conclusion that let's shut down the company or let's go with the IBC just to get a help. And that's where government changed it, that nobody will file a complaint against any of the company for 1 lakh. It's 1 crore now. So this is one change. What is the second change? The second change is about time limit. Come on the topic of time limit now. Yeah, this one. Add this one para, which is not earlier, which wasn't there earlier. The rest things are same, just one para is added. Done? So it's just one para added. See, we know that maximum time that you can take is 180 days and extension can come for 90 days. But we know that, like I gave you example, I remember that Bhushan Steel case, right? My memory is very sharp in which batch what I said. So if I'm not wrong, I told you this case that Bhushan Steel and how Tata involved in between and said that why my appeal is not considered. So they went into court and all. Now, in between, if some party is going to court for High Court or Supreme Court or any such situation, can I say ultimately the whole procedure is being delayed? You do delay, no issue, because that time is never counted in this part. So now, counting that all the things, they said maximum we can be okay with 330 days, not more than that. So this is one more amendment in section number 12 of IBC. You don't need to write section, but this is the section. This is one more amendment. So what I discussed, what to do, what not to do, right? And what is the marks content also is informed to you from last 3 papers. And one more, your paper, which was few of you attempted the paper, that particular paper is with me right now. This is a combination of all 3 attempts. I'll share this thing with you. That is, if you remember, we solved this in class also, right? So I solved all 3 papers just day before yesterday because I completed my batch, which is the current attempt batch, just day before yesterday. And all 3 papers, all I want to say that if you do extra, I don't mind, but guys, make sure that your company law material given by me, right, is just hardly 450 pages or around 500 maximum, right? And 3 chapters we did from module, 2 more chapters we did from module. So if I count on an average 100 plus more pages, if you are thinking that let's read the whole module again, the new one, do you have the time to read 1000 pages, because it is 986 pages around. And the paper that we solved after completion of the whole course, not a single question was outside the material and the notes we did. So be careful. I'll take session of company law day after tomorrow, right? Schedule is already with you. That session is going to be taken by me again for some of the topic, and this time I have even prepared, because I did not believe students, no, I wasn't meeting them live. So class mein hota hai to pooch lete hain that have you completed. So if you remember, you made a list of CS penalties and clauses and all. I haven't trusted this time any student, so I have prepared by myself. That will give you and show you on day after tomorrow. And one more thing, I'm sharing one more thing with you. You'll be happy about it. So this is a list of chapter wise question asked in last 3 attempts. So whatever chapter you do, after that just go through this. It's a chapter wise. Chapter number 20, chapter number 21, chapter number 19, chapter number 8, 13, 12, 11, 17 kind of. Few students prepared this individual wise. And those who have prepared, किसी ने जुगाड़ू काम किया कि लिख के करते one line. So they did like this. I just merged it. Few students were more जुगाड़ू. They just did a screenshot thing and that also I just merged it, right? So that one thing again I'll share it with you so that you have a chapter wise list also for the questions. See, this is the screenshot part. How smart now. So this sheet I'm going to share. So one is this one. Second, what I want you to go through is this one. Chapter number 13, second part. So your license part is fully written in these two notes. Every topic, every particular topic is written. So I'm going to share some notes with you, accordingly refer. Even if you're referring any other material, I don't mind, but just go through this once, it will be more easy, right? And don't worry, method will not be much changed because what I was writing on board, same thing is written here, right? So it's just you copied so you remember more. Students, current students did not copy because it was going on screen and anyway PDF was shared with them. So they did not do that hard work of writing. So I don't want you to copy things, just go through this. So setting up any other change as such, no, nothing else. This is more than enough, right? More than enough to go with. Yes, FSSAI part, please do check. Chapter number 11, that 5 different countries, at least find 5-7 points to write. And chapter number 12, that content increase because of that 4-5 companies conversion. Any other thing that I can help with, tell me. In setting up. Okay, so shall we keep till here? Right, so this is all about setting up. I'll just check the chat box once. I'll share the PDF. I'll share the PDF, but you need to give me one student who's on Telegram, right? So that it will become very easy for me because Telegram is connected with the device. Through WhatsApp, I have to take all the data in the mobile phone and then need to share. So one student who's in Telegram can tell me, I'll share, and you share in the same WhatsApp group that we have, right? So I have few numbers shared, right? Currently, who for chapter number 19, 20, and 21. Sure. Just a second. So chapter number 19 is a striking off, dormant company, not striking off, dormant company. It was for 633. For 1986 633, striking off 14, 11, and 3. 14, 11, and 3. And then IBC, that is 5, 11, 19. 19. Okay, so I'll definitely share that PDF with you. No worries about that. All for few more PDF and one more thing. For director's chapter, if you remember, during the lockdown period only, I shared so many handwritten notes. That is fully updated. If you just read that notes, now trust me, the content is more than your material also. Right? So that is also something very much referable because looking at the context of CS, CS, and CM, all three, that notes are prepared by me. Accordingly, you can go with that. Right? So keeping till here right now, see you on day after tomorrow, same timing. Unless there is change, we'll let you know. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome. Yes, yes, you can leave. You can. Next class, day after tomorrow. Timing is already there in the WhatsApp group. I also have to check. It's there in the WhatsApp group.